Shore Stadium in Pittsburgh. Today, a good one in store. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from Pittsburgh. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, number 2 overall pick going back to 2016, the veteran Carson Wentz.
While he may not be the MVP candidate he was just a few years back, there is no question he is someone who still has all the tools to be a successful NFL quarterback. Let's not forget, he was one of the highest paid players in the entire league at one point. Now, it's clear, those days are obviously in the rearview mirror, but there's no denying he's a great option, and he's going to get his shot here today.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Wentz. He's got his man, Jefferson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the game, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A throw left side, taken in by Thielen. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain of 11 on that one. It'll be a first down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
He was looking for T.J. Hockenson on that one. And it'll lead to a second down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
He'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so, I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Now Wentz. A ball deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunate this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
So on fourth down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the pass. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Two nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one.
Steelers first down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
On the handoff, this is Warren. He'll manage only a couple. That's Jonathan Grenard in for the stop.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
The shotgun, it's A-Rod. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And that'll set up fourth down.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
That one going to land a little too close to the goal line. Doesn't stop into the end zone. It's a touchdown. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Mason.
The ball carrier. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Back is Wentz. On a short run taken by Hawkinson. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Minnesota.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
A 7-yard gain.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Now timeout for an injured player. It's Justin Jefferson, a man they cannot afford to lose. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's Ryan Wright now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. The Steelers' offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. It's an incompletion.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Second down, Rodgers. Here's a short one, caught by Freiermuth. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
It's a gain of 10 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
1st and 10.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Steeler first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. From the gun, Rodgers. Now he'll run. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Pittsburgh Steeler.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
Here's a handoff to Warren. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Isaiah Rodgers. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 33-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
First grab for Metcalf. Good for the first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A lot of times, the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
He finds Austin with the grab. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
First down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Here's Warren. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop it for no gain at the 4.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll take it on in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Price now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Run. And here's Mason. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Vikings first down.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. On the ground is Mason. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Derek Harmon, first-rounder out of Oregon, there for the stop.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's first and 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one complete right side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 11 on the play.
11 yards on the pass there. It'll be a Vikings first down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. So after one, it's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter. They've got it second down and 12 to go. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Really nice job there of not only tracking the ball, but then putting yourself in position to make the play. And that's step one. I promise you step two on that sideline. His secondary coach is saying, hey, next time you can get your hand on the ball, let's try to come away with that takeaway.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Steelers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Play fake. It's Rodgers. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Javon Hargrave. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Rodgers to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
To throw, here's Wentz. Catch made by Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll run on 2nd down. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
3rd down, they need 5. Here's Wentz. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. T.J. Hawkinson Touchdown, Vikings. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go, take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. The kick is good. The Vikings will level things out at 7 apiece. We're on top, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
8. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
On the coverage.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. That's caught the right side. It's Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. But there is a flag on the field, and that is in the area where usually someone was held. He'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 7. Wentz. He'll try and get there on the ground. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
In motion, Naylor. Now, faking the give. He's got a receiver. It's Ty Felton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stick with him again. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Steelers' offense ready to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Gainwell. And he's able to fight through one tackle here. Pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 10 yards.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now Warren. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
Josh Metellus on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and a couple. Once again, it's Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher, and this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin here on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. He'll stay on the ground, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Now Wentz. Right side, and it's brought in by Felton. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
2nd and a yard. Back is Wentz. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
In motion, Naylor. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
They'll try and run for it. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
The Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. A-Rod down to throw on 1st down. He finds Metcalf on the slant. They're going to work this down inside the 45. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
41-yard line.
First down for Aaron. Get this to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rodgers. And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal it is a first down.
And the Steelers
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Coverage defensively.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up. So, halftime straight ahead, and we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Steeler. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. They run with Warren. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. He's tackled down by Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy on the tackle. It's a pickup at 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. From the gun, Rodgers. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up third down.
Third and inches. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return on this one. Ball's going to hit and continue out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Low-scoring game, all time, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, here's Wentz. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
All right, so the first two, they go clearly to the defense. You got a first down sack. That sets everything of the drive for the offense behind the 8-ball. Then they followed up with a forced incompletion. So now 3rd and long, this is a must-pass situation, and the defense has a prime opportunity to get themselves off the field.
Here's Wentz. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And now it's 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Start this on the ground with Warren. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
Good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often, they just have to trust their instincts, and sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from, and when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Second down, Rodgers. That one, take it in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Steelers 14, Vikings 7.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Price now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. This is Mason. Room to down as he takes it just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
The ball comes out. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want, but now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier, because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2 yards.
Back-to-back plays by this defense now, Mike, winning these early downs. They get the sack on first, the tackle for loss on second, and now it brings up 3rd and long.
Third and long. Throwing is Wentz. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the 3rd quarter, they convert on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste. So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Will try to run for it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
2nd down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
To throw, Wentz. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
As you could probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
On the run to the right. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
A gain of 21 yards.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Caught out wide on the RPO, and he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Carson Wentz, touchdown Minnesota. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Riker now to add the extra point. His kick is good, and the Vikings will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. The master of play action, Rodgers. Throw on the run is complete. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
They'll run here with Gainwell. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Rodgers now. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Really nice job here defensively, not only to get the penetration and to clog those run lanes, but they're able to take him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
26 yards. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Rodgers. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead.
Vikings 14.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man, downfield, it's Hawkinson. That one good for 29.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Rolling right. Now he takes off.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 1. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. They get 18 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
18 on the play. First down, Minnesota.
There's just so many ways this offense can beat you, Mike. He adds such a layer to this offense with their ability to use him as a designed runner, and we can see there as he picks up the first down.
Now Wentz. It is brought in the end zone. Jordan Mason. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down.
These plays just kill you. Defense, the pressure's good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
On third down, Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Tie game, second half. Mistakes here can really decide the outcome of the game, so it's a really smart play. Nothing's open. Just throw it out of bounds. Live to fight another play.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Vikings offense getting set to get back to work. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage, and they'll start with 1st and 10. On the ground is Mason. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Ron Thornhill on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. That's going to wind up incomplete, but a penalty flag is down on the play. Let's see what that's all about. Brian Kelly, the center, guilty there.
Still second down.
Back is Wentz. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
First down, Vikings.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
A run, and here's Mason. And a good job following his blockers at gain 7. It'll be second down.
On the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Wentz. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go. He's forced to just throw it away.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It'll be a Vikings first down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Trouble, and down he goes.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. Will Reichert now on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Vikings go up by 7, 28-21.
Steelers 21.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here's Gainwell to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To start the drive. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. The shotgun, it's A-Rob. He finds Austin with the grab. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. 10 yards. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Warren. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. From the gun, Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. 15-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler first down.
15 yards. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40-yard line.
They'll run the toss with Warren. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff. This is Warren. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9.
At the 18-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. This is Warren. And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Warren. Touchdown Steelers.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter.
Chris Boswell.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. To throw, here's Wentz. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete. Juan Thornhill that time. Good coverage. Able to knock it away.
You just can't defend a pass much better than that, Mike. And the way they teach these defenders is attack the receiver's hand with your hands. That's the catch point that you want to disrupt, and makes a really nice play on the ball, and he's able to knock it out of bounds.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide, we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions. And now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
Really well executed counter run there, Mike. And what you're trying to do anytime on these misdirection schemes is you're trying to get these linebackers that might play at a 4.5 speed to maybe play at a 4.7 speed. The hesitation, not understanding exactly where the ball's going to end up, gives you an advantage offensively, just like we saw here.
And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
35-yard line.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
Metcalf reels it in on the right side.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A massive play here. Late, tie game, third down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
And now here comes the punt team as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Pushing through the would-be tackler, gain of about 3. Second down.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll motion over Thielen. They'll drop to throw. A short one taken by Hopkinson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter? They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's Wentz. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball, and this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the right side, corralled by Thielen. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Minnesota.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
Throwing is Wentz. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
Jefferson, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here comes 2nd down. To throw, Wentz. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Reichert now to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Vikings will go up by 7.
Vikings 35, Steelers 28.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Gainwell to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Steelers' offense make their way out to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Throwing, Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Now, after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Warren. Ooh. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this 4th quarter. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On play action, Rodgers. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. And now the Steelers are going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. Rodgers to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup though of 6.
At the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
At the 17-yard line.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.